showtime.
OnlySlabs.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here for the Great Wall of Comics. It's Slabber Day, and that means it's time for OnlySlabs. And with me, of course, my partner, Chris, the comic vet. Now, we promise we won't crash YouTube. And much like last night's fight, there won't be any fighting.
We should make that promise. This is a big show.
Well, there's a lot of other things going on. We know our UK contingent's off at Thought Bubble.
Remember, it actually might be your server.
It's
your router.
No, I never had any problems with the fight the whole night. I kept bouncing from device to device. I never had a problem, never had an issue with it, other than the fact that the women's fight apparently was paid off to go the wrong direction, and the Tyson fight was not anything what we had hoped. But
I thought the two gentlemen from Mexico, before the ladies match, that was a hell of a
second fight.
Yeah. They were great. That was two good warriors right there. And we need to
that fight that guy got robbed too. Anyways, good stuff.
When you do it outside Vegas, right?
Potentially. Anyways, our guest will be coming along in a bit. He had to close up shop and he's on his way here, so we knew this was coming, but that's okay because we have to say hello to everybody. It's YouTube Law. It's time for Romper Room.
Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play?
Slipping in there first, Robert Monroe Jr. saying happy day before Slabber Day. So that lets you know Friday night, posted it up, dropping a good morning. Too many clickies. Let's Crucius. Good morning. Hooray. Woo. Hello from New Mexico. Mr. Comics 89. Happy Slabber Day, everyone reporting for duty. Happy to have you here. I'm glad we could be your duty station. I'm not quite sure what your MOS is, but this comic collecting is, I think, should be a highly valued one. Chris got nothing. All right, moving right on. Marty Alechko, happy Slabber Day from Canada, everybody. Christine Payne, hey everyone. What?
Sometimes the best reaction is a greatly delayed reaction.
Oh, okay. Marty Lechko says, cancer sucks, slabs don't. Dropping that super chat bright and early, and that's all right. We love you. Here you go, Marty. Marty letting us know that he's got to work today, unfortunately. So he's hoping to have a great show. Thank you very much, Marty. Appreciate that. Always appreciate the super chat. Of course, all the super chats go to support comics curing cancer year round as we try to get there. So we're still got a few shipping bills that we're got to pay a little bit here. And then everything else goes into our kitty at the end to hit that 60K goal at the end of the year. So thank you guys to all you guys who participate with the super chats every Saturday, helping out comics curing cancer. We really appreciate that. El Green Machine, hello everyone. Just got out of my heart stent surgery and still made it to the show.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad that you made it out of your heart stent surgery. And we're happy to be here in recovery with you, sir. Let's see here. I'll try to not make you laugh too hard. Heroes for Hire Comic Club. Happy Slabber Day. It's a difficult thing to do with a face like this. I'm trying not to make people laugh,
I love you.
Hello, everyone. There's a reason I went into radio. Tate Prime, good morning, Slabberines. I'm not quite sure. Slavatarians. Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? Sometimes Wayne Deacon, who wants to slab me? I want to see some sweet slabs. I'm in the correct place as I see slabs from all around the universe in this amazing show. Hello, people. There's like The UK contingent is strong over at Thought Bubble. I don't know if you've seen some of their posts there. Even Efren made it from San Diego out there. Now I'm jealous. That's his way. He's fighting to try to get back on Peter's #1 American list. I think is by going over there.
And then they went to a bar, so you know he's #1 now.
No. They went to a pub.
They went to a pub.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Yeah. Well, excuse me. Sorry. Sadly, I'll say I was eating some almonds just before this, so I must have been. Well, never mind. How you doing? Welcome to the show, sir.
Oh, geez, I'm right in.
You are. Go ahead, just hang out here for a moment because we're still saying hello to the chat, and we'll introduce you in here in a moment. Let's see. So, Wellbore says, Chris and Rob, how you guys doing? Wayne saying hello. Let's cruises. Everyone say hello to each other. Hey, there's the adventurous Joe. Lay it on me, Doc. How bad do I have slab fever? Excellent. That's a good one. I appreciate that, Joe. Let's see here. Who else we got? Steve White dropping in. Say good afternoon, everybody. Australia's checking in with Mad Spidey. Never fear, Mad Spidey's here. Let's see here. Who else we got? Ronnie Johnston. Well, slabbering Slabber Day, Batman. I like it.
We got a trademark Slabber Day.
I got a Slabber Day. I got a trademark only slabs. It's one thing at a time, there, buddy.
Yeah.
After everything we went through with the last name, you think I would have, but
here we go.
Problem was the reason why we lost the old name was because I couldn't get a damn trademark lawyer to freaking pay attention to me. Cat fan. Apparently, lawyers here in America are all too busy.
I'll reach out to my good friend Kevin down here, and we'll see what we can do because Canadian law sounds like it's a little bit easier than American law.
Cat fan comics man, happy Slabber Day. Rob Fatstacks, Chris Comic Vet, and the Comic Chat. Let's see, Heroes for Hire Comic Club saying that he's here. Yep. Let's see who else we got to say hello to. Dead Man Comics Cover Show. Good evening, people, or good morning, slab people. Cup of Comics swinging on by. Happy comic fans. Wow, that is almost as difficult as saying Cat Fan Comics Man.
Almost.
Almost. Let's see here. Who else we got? Phil Ailing swinging on by. Hello, all. Thank you. Stephen C. Happy Slabber Day henchman. Canadian survivalist. Fantastic supers. Working and lurking. Gotta pay to play. Yeah, unfortunately, that is always good. Work always gets in the way of having fun. Let's see. Kenneth Bird swinging by. Hello to everybody from Virginia. Let's see. Twin. And are we? Oh, John Comics Avalon. Hello, all. Joffrey Castro. Hello, gentlemen. Use that in the loosest possible definition of the word, please. Let's see here. Bat Dan swings on by. Happy Slabber Day, folks. Out with DVH and the others at Thought Bubble Con in the UK. We'll be watching and on the catch up. Excellent. Thank you guys all so much. Appreciate that. Space Case Cards.
That's a great
Thought
name.
Bubble.
That's a great name for a Comic Con.
And Taylor should be there because Empty Thought Bubble out at Thought Bubble would be phenomenal.
Well done. Nice segue.
Yeah. I do my best. Ryan Riley, what'd it be like? Let's see. And Hector Ortiz swinging on a good more noon, everyone. This makes sense because I
like his
only
guitar there.
Very few of us are actually in the afternoon or morning part, I guess. Still, most of you guys are in the afternoon. Anyways, there you guys go. There's our we've said hello to everybody. Hope we didn't miss anyone. If we did, I deeply apologize. It's not intentional. Of course, I want to remind everybody that 100% of the channel revenue here does go to Comics Curing Cancer. So super chat away throughout the show. Get your favorite clips up there, and it all goes to Comics Curing Cancer, as does all the membership. And so let's real quickly just say thank you to that Goon Squad who is supporting at that $4.99 level. Stephen C., Legion of Comics, DJ Links, Dr. Von Hoot, Dale Suspense, Justin Birch Letters, Son of a Bruce, Circumstances, The Comic Vet, Austin LeMay, Mad Spidey, Ben Parker Comics, Chuck Hensey, Lone Eagle, Comiverse, Tate Prime, Deadman, Anachronic Comics, Colossus Collector, JG, Timo Hanna, Daymares, still only 35 cents, Cliff on Comics, Bearded Comic Bro, Never Could Figure It Out, The Adventurous Joe, Jay Knows the Way, Valenrook, and Omnibo, all supporting at that Goon Squad level member. Thank you guys all so much. We'll, of course, recognize the henchmen a little bit later on in the show. But first, it's that time where we should bring the focus to our guest. We're going to bring up here the comic doctor. How are you doing there, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Why don't you let everybody know before we get into books a little bit about your comic book origin story? What gamma radiated bomb or funky science experiment went wrong to give you that drive to have to collect comics?
I didn't start with comics. I started with toys. Actually, I was more of a toy guy. You know, I always had comics lying around the house. My brother, you know, would have his little stack of comics, and I'd have a stack of comics. You know, you go to, you know, Zellers or Kmart, and you know, mom or dad would buy you, you know, a 25-cent comic to shut you up. So I always had comics around the house, but I wasn't an avid collector until a little later. I was more into the, you know, the toys, Amigo superhero toys, and you know, anything superhero. Though I had a real affinity for. I think that spawned probably from my love of the Super Friends and, you know, the Spider-Man cartoon from the 60s. You know, I was, and even the Batman and Robin terrible, you know, 1966 show. I loved all that stuff. And the comics didn't happen until I got to high school. I was actually had a locker beside this one guy, and he opened his locker up, and instead of having a pinup girl, he had a picture of Spider-Man in the black suit. And this was like 1985. And I'm like, what's that? He goes, that's Spider-Man. I go, that's not Spider-Man. Spider-Man's red and blue. He goes, oh, no. That's his new costume. And he invited me to the comic book store, and that was that. I went to the comic store that Friday. It was at the time Unicorn Comics in Oshawa, Ontario. It's now called Worlds Collide. Same owner. He's still there now. And I bought my first 3 comics. They were all back issues, and then I was hooked. I just been collecting comics since the age of 14. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I just realized as I was throwing up the banner, I threw up the wrong YouTube link. I'll get it fixed here. Anyways, all right. While we do that, while I get that going, why don't you go ahead and show the folks what was the first book you decided to bring with the folks today to let us know what you're all about here.
Well, I'm all about nostalgia with me.
Nice.
You know, I'm a nostalgic kind of guy. Things remind me of my childhood or good events, things that happened when I was a kid. And I got emotional all of a sudden. I don't know why that happened. Maybe you'll understand in a second. But my dad spoiled me. He's not with us anymore. He died a couple of years back, and he would go out. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional. I really am. I don't know what's going on here. I got the books in front of me here, and I got emotional. And I had some books I found in my long boxes out in my storage area that were not graded, so I didn't pick those out. But these ones here are 3 books that my dad went to Silver Snail to buy for me probably in 1986. And my dad
was my first comic shop too. The first comic shop my dad took me to was down the first Queen Street location.
That's right.
Was Silver Snail. Yeah.
And you got to understand, my dad wasn't a comic guy. My dad was European immigrants, thick accent, not an avid reader. His son's reading comic books. His son gives him a list of comics he'd like. And I gave him the name of a store that I thought would have them. He drove to Toronto, parked his car, walked into this place, looked around, probably gave them a list. And these are what he came up with. At the time, I was really loving the early X-Men stuff,
Nice.
So that was one of the ones he bought me that Christmas. This would have been probably Christmas 1980. I'm going to say 86. I'm going to say 85, 86. I can't remember exactly, but that was the first one. And
strong there, Vindicator, and
and then it keeps going, right? I was big on the Alpha Flight.
Oh yeah, there you go.
For those that are watching that, for those that are watching, the book that's in Kevin's left hand there, this is our daily life from about November all the way till March. That this is how we have to drive. This is how we live in snowstorms that look just like that. And then you throw in Wendigos and Bigfoots on top of it all. Canada is not a nice place to be certain days of the year.
Yes.
Yeah. But Chris, I don't want to jump in front of you. That you have a job to do on that book that was in his left hand.
So, Kev, would you mind pulling up the snowstorm that's
Sure.
would you mind reading us what's on the right side of the blue label, my man?
On the right, it's the first full appearance of Alpha Flight. Misty Knight and Colleen Wing appearance, John Byrne cameo.
Yeah, what a great book.
Yep.
What a great book.
So yeah, and it, you know, it gets me. My dad was a great guy, and he always wanted to make me happy. And he, you know, went out of his comfort zone to pick those up for me. So that's why I kind of got choked up there for a second. But anyway,
he says, sorry, I'm late. Cancer still sucks. Coming from Dr. On Hoot, dropping that 5-pound super chat. DVH, appreciate you checking in while you're out at the Thought Bubble. This one, let's give you, you know what? Just for all you guys in the UK, I'm going to give you guys the beans on toast.
That beautiful bean footage.
Well, by the way, Kevin, we kind of do this as we get these super chats. We got these little things. I'll just interrupt you. Have no fear. It's not that we don't like you. It's just that we have obligations. We got to make the money to help cure cancer because Heroes for Hire is dropping it too. Yay, comics. Boo. Cancer. Absolutely. Thank you so much there, sir. This one's for you. Appreciate you guys with those super chats. All right, so we got first Alpha Flight, and I think it's also first Vindicator also is in that as well, obviously. So there we drop coming hot right out of the north. Phenomenal.
And then I liked another thing my family would do. We go into Buffalo every summer, and we, you know, and let's be honest, guys, you know as well as I do, when we travel, well, when we had yellow pages, the yellow pages in the hotel would come out and we would look up the comic book stores. We always did that. And there was a comic book store in Buffalo or Batavia or somewhere out that way. What the hell? It was called Ravenwood Comics. I remember in the States. Cool little place. And this is not the book I bought, but it's a copy of the book. And I always got a big kick out of this. One of the books I bought, Human Torch Hulk Team Up. Love this cover. I loved the one thing about the Marvel universe, and most of my books are Marvel books because I always love the interaction of the characters. I always got a kick out of that. All the different personalities clashing and whatever, you know. And I thought, what an oddball team up between the Human Torch and the Hulk. The other one I liked was I think it was an earlier issue with Iceman and Human Torch. That's another one I picked up there. But this copy I picked up from one of my clients. I think he actually gave it to me as a gift. So I was doing my unboxing and I was talking about how much I love this book. And it was John Sherwood who was, Kevin, it's yours. And he just gave it to me because he knows how much I love it because it was just a cool cover. So that's another one I love.
That's great. I mean, because the Marvel Team Up was such a phenomenal series.
Oh yeah,
that just because, especially at the time of newsstand books, where coming out of that time period where even in this early period where you had a mix of equal time, just as likely to be in a newsstand as it was in a comic book shop.
Direct, yeah.
As a kid, you weren't able always to get a series of books to be able to read those series, but these Marvel team ups that gave you multiple characters in a single concise story that you could move on. Absolutely phenomenal series. Great fun.
And it's cool when you had more of an obscure character to it wasn't the Hulk. Maybe it would be something like, Deathlock or some,
something to introduce you to other characters that you may not normally get.
A Werewolf by Night or something like that, right? It's like, who is this character? Maybe that'll get you to go to the comic book store.
Marvel books. Love this guy.
So for those that are actually not familiar with the Comic Doctor here, Kevin, he's actually one of the premier cleaning and pressing services in the Greater Toronto area. He's based just east of Toronto, closer to where Steve the Voice White is, Kevin and I have actually known each other since about 2016 when I brought him a couple of my dad's old books that I found, including a very early Turok. And then when I actually picked up my ASM1, a week or two later, I actually put it in Kevin's hands to say, hey, what do you think? Can you do anything with this book? And he said, Chris, actually, it's just fine the way it is. And then I ended up cracking it a little while later and having Stan sign in his final appearance at Fan Expo back in 2016. So yeah, for those that are unfamiliar with Kevin, please make sure that you subscribe to the Comic Doctor YouTube channel as well. He does a lot of box openings where with clients' books that he opens up when he receives boxes multiple times monthly from CGC. So yeah. Carry on.
Links are down below in the description as always.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah. I do unboxings, never my books. It's always client. I'm surprised I have amassed so many because I don't send a lot of books, and these are books I picked up after the fact usually. But
Seabizzle dropping the big $10 saying, since I'm lurking, I might as well help fight cancer. Thank you so much there. We appreciate that. Let's see where we at in our list. This one's for you, sir.
You know, I'm very conflicted about how I'm supposed to feel watching this.
All right. Thank you.
You got a feel for the show yet, Kevin? Because this is how we are.
I kind of gotta do. It's all right. I'm not. Should I just be bringing the books out, or should I just wait? Yeah,
no, go ahead.
Okay.
We'll slow you down or whatever as we need to talk about certain things. And so, by chance, he happens to be eating a hot dog. Great. Shout out to Kevin's camera quality. Absolutely, always makes it great to be able to see the books nice and clear.
Thank you. Yes, I you know what? I have my own YouTube channel, like you guys probably know, and I know he's down there actually on the. And I wanted good quality, so I watch a guy called John Campia, and he goes through all the equipment that he uses. I went and bought the exact same cameras that he uses because I loved his video quality too. So thanks for noticing. Appreciate that. It wasn't
good
cheap.
Camera and good lighting does well.
Yes, all around. It's hot as hell in here, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Here's
always
another
off
one.
to the side.
Yes,
never directly at you.
Got the sun coming in. It's hot. It's really hot in here today. I realized early on that comics can be very expensive, and this is another one I picked up from another local dealer back in the 80s called Ken's Comics. And this one I paid $60 for, and I worked at Byway. I was making $3.15 an hour.
You're blowing my mind here.
You were at Byway too?
No, I never worked at. I used to hate the fact my mom would shop at Byway and get those crinkly loud bags. But but you saying Ken's Comics, you're taking me down memory lane here with all those local Canadian shops.
Yeah, Ken was a great guy. He passed away a couple years back, unfortunately. But this one I bought from him. He gave me a deal on it. I think it was my first ASM.
Holy cow!
Oh, you guys scared the hell out of me there.
Look, he's pulling out the first jackal, Rob. First jackal.
Most popular book on the show.
Is it?
Yes.
It seems like it, but but rightfully so. There's a lot of love for the jackal. People love the jackal.
It also featured this other guy, Frank
Skullduggery.
Skullduggery. I think they call him the Revenger. No, the Punisher. Anyways, yeah. He I forgot about him.
Punisher.
Yeah. Again,
punitive. It's all punitive.
First book that I paid a lot of money for, like, $2, $3, $4, $5, $60. That was a lot of hours, breaking boxes. But this one has the very common on, well, not very common, but it's common on some books. It had the what do you call that? Overspray on it.
Yeah.
The distributor's ink. And this one wasn't so bad. He had about 5 copies. This one was not quite so bad. But anyways, I got it for $60 because of that distributor's ink. And funny enough, I traded this away a few years ago, and I was upset that I traded it away. I'm very nostalgic, and it has a distributor. I should get one without distributor's ink. So, I do have one here without distributor's ink. But then when this one came back around, I bought it again because it was mine, the one I bought from the comic store. Anyways, there's that.
That is nice. I always love a good story of getting a book, either, at a price that was ridiculous. And of course, at the time, it was probably a fair price, but, by today's standards, the book's heated up a little bit.
A little bit. Here's something I got recently too. I think about maybe a year ago. I'm starting to get into these now. Cartoon books like George of the Jungle.
Yes.
I'm starting to really, when I see them for sale, I'm grabbing them. I don't have many. I've got a couple. The other ones are raw, so I'm not going to show them. But this is one I have is great. I have HR Puffin stuff at the shop, #1 as well.
Nice.
I picked up. So anything with like cartoons or television shows I used to watch, I'm starting to buy those too. Again, nostalgia, right? For me, it's what kind of connection do I have to it, right?
It does. And Gold Key's got a lot of those, and a lot of them. I mean, there's one or two that are pricey, but for the most part, they're really reasonable books right now. I mean, I think the one that jumps out to my mind that's really the more pricey of them, of course, is the Scooby-Doo one right now.
Oh my God, it's huge. Even a 3.0, that book's going for big money.
I know, but aside from that, the vast majority of these are downright reasonable.
Yes, and look, 8.5, not a bad grade. I wouldn't scoff at that.
Yeah.
It's very.
I think that's I got on my Battle of the Planets is a 8.5.
Well, there you go. Oh yeah, see, I want that one. Oh man, I love that one. Yeah, totally. I have a Space Ghost somewhere too in here, but again, low grade, but I don't care.
That's right. Watch out for that tree. Away he'll ship on his elephant ship. Well, Thella and Ursula keep in step.
Right. What else? What else can I show you?
That's great. Last few years have been buying a lot of Disney colors.
You like Golden Age books?
Oh, we love them all, but
these are just, and I don't do Golden. I haven't gotten into gold. I had a few Golden Age I got rid of, and I kicked myself. These are two that I still have, and now they've gotten out of hand. Like I paid very little for these. I was at the Toronto Comic Book Show.
If he pulls it out, the one.
No, it's not. There's a DC, and I'll show you the DC one first. It's not as nice, but this is like an Action Comics 39. It's
oh my God.
Oh my.
Wow.
It's a war issue. Bit of a chunk missing in the middle there. And I mean, a guy was just walking. This is going back about 10 years, Chris. Like at the Toronto Comic Book Show. One guy had him, and he was at the very end of the show. He just wanted to get rid of them. And I think I paid like a couple of $100 for this.
Wow.
I said, I'll take $200. And I don't think it was worth much more than that at the time, but now they've gone up quite a bit.
Now, Kev, this particular book, did you actually give it some TLC before you had it slabbed yourself, or you just sent it in raw dog in the way it is?
I bought it graded. He had them graded. So I just didn't bother. I mean, I'm telling you, most of the stuff I'm going to show you today, I didn't grade. And you think it's funny because I'm a CGC dealer. I send, I think last year, I can't even tell you how many books I sent. I do about anywhere from 350 to 500 books a month at CGC. That's what I do for customers. Rarely are they my books. Like I might in a year, I might send maybe 5 to 10 books of my own. So most of the stuff I bought already graded. And I was set up at the Toronto Comic Book Show, probably selling books. And the guy said, "You want these?" And that was the first one. But the other ones, I mean, it's not nice. It's not early Action Comics. Nothing wrong with that. But the one. I love it. Captain America Comics #20. Look at that. Slow down. Yeah, she's a pretty one.
Oh,
look at everything that's going on that cover.
I know, eh? Oh. And of course, you have the swastikas there. People go crazy for that stuff. Anything with the Nazis or Hitler or whatever.
The shield is the red, white, and blue shield as well. Like, yeah,
gorgeous. Got the Submariner going on down there too. Another story with Bucky. Yeah, I think I paid $200. It was great.
Who's the cover artist on this one?
It is Sid Shores.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't. It wasn't busy enough to be a Schomburg at that time, so I was like, "Oh,
it's busy." If it
had been a Schomburg, it'd have another 70 soldiers on the cover, squeezed in different places doing stuff at that time.
But yeah, it's all there, and yeah, again, I paid very little for it, and it went right into my collection. I kind of forgot I had them, and I noticed about 6 months ago, I was going, "Oh shit, I forgot I picked these up," and they're not going anywhere. I love
No,
them.
no, Golden Age Cap, Golden Age Namor. I mean, those are just phenomenal books. I mean, that belong in PC and held on to with the same near the same reference as Golden Age Batman and Superman books.
Oh,
I mean,
totally,
Mhm.
totally. I'm trying to find another
absolutely.
one here to.
Yeah.
Okay. Growing up in the 70s, I have an affinity also for those more, I would say, well, I guess they're to the average person, they're more obscure characters like Deathlock and Iron Fist. So I know whenever I see them, I like to pick them up.
Nice.
Right?
Oh, that's a nice. I was disappointed my Deathlock came back a little bit lower than I had hoped, but so I'm not quite that good. But damn, yeah, the first Iron Fist, that's a great book to have.
Oh yeah, love it. That's a 9.4. Yeah, that's a great. And a lot of these, sometimes my clients will have doubles, or they just don't want it. Like, you want to buy it, Kev? And they give me a good deal, and I buy it. And yeah,
nice.
You know?
So yeah, they didn't hit the grade they wanted, so they just want to move it and try again.
And I'll tell you what, a nice one that happened with this one here. Here's a pretty good book. I think you'll like this next one. It's a first appearance as well. And this one was from a client of mine, from a dealer out in Kingston.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Before you do that, can you go roll back to the Deathlock for a second? Because we should talk about that book for a second here. That Tales to Astonish, right?
Yeah.
Or Astonishing Tales, rather.
Yeah.
Now, of course, not only his first appearance of Deathlock here, but we also get the debut of an artist in this book. Care to drop that knowledge on for folks who does some interior art there at the end of the book for this folks?
It's George Perez, I believe, right?
Yeah. George Perez.
George Perez work on the last 2 pages.
There we go.
That's a great cover too, man. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great. Before Wolverine ever got pinned up on an X. You got Deathlock, folks.
That's right.
This is very true. Very, very true.
And we get the first George Perez work on those last 2 pages. Unfortunately, a lot of people misconstrue that. I hear a lot of people tell me, "Oh yeah, it's first George Perez," and I think they're talking about the cover. It's not the cover.
No.
It's the last 2 interior pages. But still, if you're a George Perez fan, you need to have this in your collection.
So what year was this released? What was the year released for this book, Kev?
74.
Right.
So if you're sending it into CGC, it's going under the vintage tier, and you'll get it back in 81 business days.
You hope.
Hopefully.
my books have been scheduled for grading for damn near 80 days right now, my vintage books.
Yeah, mine too. I've got client books going back to July that should have been done a long time ago. In fact, moving forward, I'm not even offering vintage alone anymore. I announced it on my show last week that all vintage orders have to go through Fast Pass. I'm not going to wait 6 months for people's books to come back.
Because it lose the press. You get chances of the press, something gets screwed up with that, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I thought I paid you to press these.
And it's also it's a nightmare when it comes to paperwork, because if they have like modern books, unlimited books, and then 5 vintage books, their order's half finished. So I got to keep their order kind of in limbo. Now I want to take your books. I don't want books for.
Well, that's always the problem, anyways, with them, because you have to do separate submissions, anyways, and shipping and submission fees and. Anyways,
that's CGC.
No, but that Deathlock, that was a book that's, I think, is undervalued, and it was one that I was happy. I picked one up for I picked it up at Heroes Con this last year, Chris. It was like what, $75 I paid or something for one.
Great deal.
Less than 100, because I was really pissed off when you told me the price. When you told me the price, because everyone that day was like, "Look, I have the first Ghost Rider," and then like Rob pulls out a Deathlock. He's like, "Yeah, Chris, I think it was like $75." And I'm like,
"Yeah,
who's this dealer? Like who?"
Bundle with cash, baby. Bundle with cash.
Right.
Cash is king.
I tell you, man, those books are great. The 70s books, I'm really, even run books. That's a first appearance, but any run books from the Bronze Age, like in a 9.6 or 9.8, of course, I grab them. I don't care if they're not worth much. Just to find them in that kind of condition.
They're 50 years old. I've been talking about, like, I just opened up the other day. I've decided I was working on my Eternals run, especially after the movie and they all crashed.
Yeah,
I pick up 9.4 Eternals for $40 to $50 slabbed. So it's like, yeah, I'll work on that collection. And these books are like 50, almost 50 years old. Even the Bronze Age runs everyone talks about getting that first 100 ASM run. That second 100 ASM run is slowly starting to creep up there and stuff. These Bronze Age books, they are books that are becoming older and older and scarcer. And so it's they're still good values to be had out there.
That's right. Well, a lot of these guys are still hunting those 9.8s, right? But hunt those 9.2s, those 9.4s, you get a great bargain on those. They're still beautiful comics, right? So
Phenomenal.
Yep. Well, talking about picking up stuff off my clients. This one guy was a dealer out in Kingston, and he bought this book, and I pressed it. Well, did I press it for him? I think I did. I think I worked on it, and I gave him his bill. He had a lot of books, not just this one book. And he goes, "Wow, that's a pretty big bill." He goes, "Do you want any of these books?" And I said, "Yeah, I like that one." And he goes, "Okay." We made a deal, and presto, bingo, dingo.
Oh, and boom goes the dynamite.
Right. And this was the very first, and I'm going to show you a bunch of these now, these bangers. This was the first Marvel key that I got, like real, like big book, because FF1, AF15, Hulk #1, these are all ones I thought I would never own these books. They're just out of grasp. But you know what? They're not. And when I hear people say, "Oh, I'll never own that," no. You can shenagle and work your way to the book. I did. And yeah, so I thought it was going to come back a 1.8. It came back at 2, so I was pretty happy. I think it's a pretty rough 2 myself, but anyways, it is what it is. It's complete.
It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It just.
So I'm guessing he didn't pay his pressing bill.
It
was a pretty good trade out.
It was. I still made a little bit of money, which was good, but he was not interested in the book at all. He goes, "I don't care. Jake, put that towards it." Done. And I said, "Okay." And then the CGC, and away it went.
So I gotta ask, and I'm sure some of the viewers that are watching is, Kev, I know that you deal with thousands and thousands of books annually. Can you remember what other books were on his bill then? Where he just like, "Okay, I'll lop off the FF1.
It was a lot of books. It wasn't like a small order. It was a lot. It was a big order. He was a dealer, so he probably had like 100 books or something like that. And then he had a few monsters in there. Like this was one of them. I think he might have had a Fantastic Four 12 in there too.
Oh my
which I still don't own. And then once I got this, I said, "You know what? I'm going to go for it now. I'm going to go and I'm going to get every single Marvel key." And so I did.
Every single Marvel key, or
now,
it seems like a pretty bold.
Oh my god!
Right? and then it became yeah.
Yes.
Now, Kev, you can spread these out, man. We go to about 4 o'clock.
No. Woo! That is he warned me. He says, "I'm going to bring some big stuff." We got to go to a double Remy, folks.
Yeah.
Kev, stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Let's hold on. Let's slow down. Let's go. Let's give these things their proper due. Let's go through these one at a time here.
Hold on. We gotta.
Oh my god!
Some respect. Okay, let's start with that amazing whatever it was called.
Fantasy. Yeah, this one. This is a sad story. This is a very sad story. It was this one was not my first day at 15. This is my backup, because I had a 3.5.
Okay.
That's an ASM 252 homage.
A guy locally had this for sale, and where is it? I had it here somewhere.
Hey, Chris, all these books are in the giveaway.
Well, kind of. But...
And this one. So
right.
These two were for sale locally. Like I was at Home Depot. My wife was buying cushions for our outdoor, whatever. And I'm sitting there on Kijiji, which is like a marketplace thing. And
yes,
these pop up. And the guy lives like around the corner. Anyways, long story short, I get to his place and I end up buying this ASM one, this exact ASM one, but the sister book was a 3.5 AF15 old label. And I'm like, So I bought them. It's a 5.0, by the way. It's a gorgeous. This is going to get cracked one day when I have time.
Are you interested in trading that book?
The 5?
I have one that you've held in your hand, but
that's Stan Lee. That's a premium on that one, right? Right.
Yeah.
So anyways, I ended up selling the AF-15. I don't know what my wife's like, sell it. And then after about 6 months, it skyrocketed. And then my wife, sell it. And my buddy Roy's like, I'll sell it. You can always find another one. So I sold it to a guy in California. I sold my AF-15. And as soon as I sold it, I got seller's remorse immediately. Immediately got seller's remorse.
Right.
So I went out and I bought this one, really, because their prices were going up fast. And I bought this one. And it has that ugly Marvel chipping. I have a feeling this book probably was trimmed. And then someone took it upon themselves to fix the trimming.
Now, Kev, I got to ask you, with the AF-15, we've had a handful of them on this show over the years.
Yeah.
Now, did you pick that particular? I feel like I've seen that issue. Did you pick that issue up at like Niagara or Fan Expo Toronto, or was it a private deal?
I bought that from a dealer in, I want to say North Carolina or somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was an American guy I bought it off of.
Yep.
It was on eBay. As soon as I sold mine, like I said, as soon as it left me, I started going, why did I do that? I wanted to crack it and press it. And, I probably could have got a 4.5 out of that 3.5. I'm thinking, what am I thinking? And so I really kicked I had to buy one fast. So I bought this one. It was nice looking. It's for a 1.8. I thought it was good. So I picked it up.
So the last question concerning the first appearance of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So your wife was the trigger about selling the one to California. Is your wife aware now that you replaced that AF-15?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's cool. She lets me have my fun. These look, realistically, I should have sold all these 2 years ago, right? We all should have done that, but I didn't. But that's not why I got it.
If you're trying to make money off of them.
Right. Again, for me, is this nostalgia? No, this to me was, hey, I got a Fantastic 401, a book I never thought I'd ever own. Yeah. I wonder if I can get the whole collection. I got all the major first number ones. So that's what I went out and I got, the Astonishing Tales, the first Ant-Man, another dealer, another client book that guy wanted, didn't like the 3.0 and sold it.
Before you go any further, we're going to pause here. We're going to do our halfway point here. We're going to do a pause to do a giveaway. And then people know what's coming. They're teased. They're hooked. They're going to want to stick around.
Sure.
So guys, don't run off anywhere. Because you guys run away from the giveaways. Let's be honest. That doesn't happen either. People show up. So here we go. Hashtag bangers. Drop it right now. We're going to give away 7-book pull from the best giveaway bin on YouTube. Unless, of course, Kevin starts doing books of his own as giveaway, but probably ain't gonna happen. Anyways,
Canada Post is on strike right now, Kev, or pardon me, Rob. So we're not giving anything away up there.
Nice. Ours just doesn't work. Actually, I'm on the West Coast, so it seems to be on West Coast. The mail works just fine out here. Anyways, so as we usually do, while people are going ahead and dropping that hashtag there, we'll do a little self promotion. Chris. What's coming up for you this week over on the Comic Vet channel, sir?
Well, I realized that I was actually approaching 100 issues that I own of Something is Killing the Children. So what I've decided to do is pick out my all-time 5 favorite covers and just make a video of spotlighting some of the incredible art surrounding some of the normal covers and variant covers for Something is Killing the Children. Watch for that coming up soon. And also this Wednesday, as normal, it's Show Us What You Got, the live new comic book day hangout, where it's an invitation for anyone to come on to show books that they picked up for their comic book day or books that they recently picked up for their personal collection. Thank you, Rob.
Phenomenal. Kevin, how about yourself? Got anything on the schedule there for the Comic Doctor YouTube channel?
Yeah, for the YouTube channel. Well, every week every Tuesday night at 8:30, I have unboxings every Tuesday.
Nice.
Yeah. So again, this Tuesday, another 3 boxes came in from CGC. I have a pre-recorded episode going to drop on Thursday. Because I got inundated with books from Fan Expo and from Hamilton Comic Con and Niagara Comic Con. So I've been getting a lot of books in. So that's pretty much what's going on the channel in the upcoming weeks. Lot more unboxings. And I might do a video on CGC quality control. Another one, unfortunately.
Hey, it doesn't matter how much bad stuff we say about them. We still keep using them for some reason.
We have to, unfortunately. Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, I see for myself, of course, Monday mail call is coming up. It's in the can. It's been recorded. It's going to get edited today and should be available for channel members tomorrow, including more stuff to drive Chris crazy for the giveaway bin, some bangers for myself. And I forget what I order and order things twice. Yes, that happened again.
Here we go.
Anyways, so that's what's coming up there. Let's see here. We got 40 out of almost we have 80% of the folks here have entered to go. So remember, we do ship internationally. So no matter where you're at, if you want to participate, go ahead in the comments, hit that hashtag bangers. I'm going to give a little shout out here. We'll roll the thank you for the henchman, and then we're going to pull our winner. So here we go. All right, thank you to those henchmen. We got 42 entries. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Wheel of fish. All right, let's see who's our winner for this first pull from the comic box. We've got Papa Wheelie. Congratulations, Papa Wheelie. I'm shipping to Arizona. Let's go. All right.
Congratulations, Matt.
So, Kevin, here's how it goes. You're going to be pulling books for Papa Wheelie.
Okay.
So I have a short box full of books here. You're going to give me, we're going to be pulling 7 books total.
Okay.
So you can either pick 1 through 10 from the front or 1 through 10 from the back, or we can just let it ride back and forth and you tell me when to stop.
Okay.
And then you tell me whether not to pull the book in front, behind my finger, or pull them both.
Okay, let's do the one where you go up and down. I'll tell you to stop.
All right.
Yeah. Stop.
Okay. Front, behind, or both?
Front.
Nice choice. Okay.
Stop. Behind. Yeah.
Okay.
And stop. Right there, yeah. The front there, yeah. I pulled my finger. Stop. Yeah, in front.
Okay, I got 4, so we need to do 3 more.
Okay. Stop. Behind. Oh, I saw that a little bit.
Oh.
I saw that little old one there. Stop. Front.
1 more.
Stop. Behind. Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right. Hope I did well, guys.
Pisses me off he gives away those books. Okay. You guys are so immature. I'm in.
All right. We're good. We got some fun stuff here. All right. Let's go first up here. Oh, where to go? First up, a little homage cover here in an updated version here of Defenders #1.
Oh, cool.
Nice
copy. Yep.
But not to be outdone, we do have some Defenders, issue 79 from the volume 1 there.
Nice.
We talked about Marvel team up. How about Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Clea?
Nice.
What does it say there? It says Marvel's TV sensation Spider-Man.
That's going to be like 81, 82 maybe.
Probably 35 cents. Yeah, right around there. Yep. There you go.
Whoa.
Mighty Thor 457. He's back at last. The triumphant return of the Mighty Thor with such a small hammer.
That's what she said.
Poor girl. There you go. Future State, The Flash, Wally West turns evil.
Yeah,
Some
I
modern
enjoyed
goodness
those
there for you.
I enjoyed those Future State books.
We had Wonder Man issue 1.
Well,
Oh, look at that.
it's one of those current hot books
That's right.
right now. And
Movie
big
coming?
old shiny UPC on that one too.
And how about this one here? Here's a nice one. Charlton Comics, Attack at Sea.
Huh.
Nice.
12
Nice.
center.
Yeah, some 12-cent goodness. Congratulations, Papa. Those books will be going on out to you here. Guys, we'll be doing another giveaway here real soon. So at the end of the show. So make sure you're sticking around for that. In the meantime, we'll throw Kevin back up into the position of power. And oops, this way. This is the format we want. Now we know everybody's got a chance to cool down. So they'll get a little refractory period here before we take you right to the edge again. All right, Kevin, hit him. Let's see here. So Kevin last show casually showed us an ASM 678 variant and a 9.8. I was like, that's a 5 to 6K book. Is it?
Is it? I don't even remember.
Is that anti-venom? Is that the anti-venom cover?
I don't think so.
678.
678.
All I know, they didn't charge enough to press it. But it's okay.
All right. Let's
know what the hell this round, but there's still more.
Oh yeah, there's more. There's more. Yeah. So again, a lot of nice books come from my clients. This one here I picked up from one of my clients. First Ant-Man. Again, a book I plan on pressing and cleaning most of these. Just never gotten around to it. Who has the time?
That's a book you don't see a lot, actually. I think you get a lot of people looking at all the other heroes, but forgetting about Ant-Man there.
It's not a great cover. I mean, really, it's not like, it's kind of boring. You know, it's Jack Kirby, but it's not a cover. He's not wearing his costume. He's just it's kind of blah.
No, but
but it's cool
still,
nonetheless.
Yeah, no, but it's one of those books. Actually, hold on. Let's think. I'm curious now. We haven't done this in a bit, so this is that book. What's the book? That's
27.
Astonishing
Tales? Tales to Astonish 27.
Tales to Astonish. Tales to Astonish.
All right.
Number 27.
Yeah, that was a 3.0 or a 2.0?
Yeah.
3.
Okay, a 3.0.
Okay. So there you go, Chris. Start
Start
to think what, because again, this is an Ant-Man. He's not Spider-Man. What do you think that this book is going to run you right now?
In a 3.0?
In the 3.0.
Not you, Kevin. We're letting this is Chris's game to play.
I know Kev knows exactly.
No, I don't. I haven't checked. I think it's come down though. But okay, let's see.
And I'll say that we have a sale from just a month ago on this grade. So
Papa Willie's saying 350. Big is saying three grand.
I don't think it's $3,000.
Knucking Fuds is saying 2,300. I was almost thinking just 3 digits. I'll be on. I was thinking like 750 US.
No, I think more. I think 1450.
1450.
So interestingly, on this book, the last 2 sales, October 15th and June of this year, we have 3.0 sales. They both sold for $2,500.
Oh wow!
Okay. Previous to that, it was 1,600 to 1,800. And then so it's basically this book over the last 2 years, it has ranged from about a low of 1,600 to a high of 2,500. So
what was the price during the height, like during the boom? There was there in the 2s?
There really weren't any sales. Yeah, it was in the 2s. There wasn't a ton of sales in that grade range there on this book. Actually, even as I'm looking around the different ranges around it, there's in some of that boom, looks like there was like a 2.5 during the boom, went for around $3,000.
Wow. Okay.
And stuff. But yeah, so this is actually it's a book what's interesting for about not much more money for about $3,000, you can get a 4 or 5.
Yeah, well, there you go, right?
If you can find them.
Right. Well, that's always the thing. If you can A, find them, and B, this is always where I talk about a lot of these big books, there's a price compression at the low end because that's where people are going, oh my God, it's a lot of money. And it is. Don't get me wrong. But if you can save a little bit longer, a little bit more, you can get a lot more book for a little bit more money, because those mid-range books, a lot of times there's a bit, they're not getting the premium that the high grade books get, but they're not getting they're only costing a little bit more than the low grade, where everybody's fighting over just let me get something type of thing. Those that 4 to a 6 range, if you can save a little bit more, you can get a lot of book for a little bit more money a lot of times.
Yeah, I'm looking for a Tales Tales Suspense 52 first. It's the one I don't have is the first Black Widow, and there's one is now made available to me in an 8.0.
Mine's in grading.
It's in grading now, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna pick
It's been well, it's been there for
about 27 months. Yeah,
I've held one. That's about it. Yeah. Okay. So Kev, the big money book you just showed was, well,
did I show this one? I think I showed this one quickly.
Let's get into the Tony.
Tony. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that is a pretty looking 4 or 5. It presents phenomenally.
Is that white pages?
White pager. Yeah.
Wow.
Holy Toledo.
And this one, again, this one was a 4.0. Cracked it and said I bought it as a 4.0. Or maybe no, I think I bought it as a 3.5 actually. And I did some work to it and it came back a 4.5. That's one I actually did for myself. Yeah.
Wow.
Kev, that is. Kev, would you mind doing me the pleasure of reading to everyone what's on the right side of that blue label?
Origin and first appearance of Iron Man, Mr. Tony Stark.
Yeah, I think
great. Now, I love this.
Yeah, Rob is correct. It looks so much better than a 4.5. I'm sure there's minor things if you're already getting close.
Sure.
But it looks so
I don't know
nice.
if it looks better. I'm saying it presents really well for a 4 or 5.
The colors look really, really sharp.
Yeah, no, I think there's the spine is very I just did for a client of mine in California, for Kevin, if he's watching. How you doing, Kev? He had a Journey to Mystery 83. This book looked like a 5. It was gorgeous. It came back a 3.5. When I got it and I opened it up, the spine was very fragile. There was a bit of a split. The staple had detached at the top before I did any work to it. So it's like, this is going to, I wasn't sure what it was going to come back at because it looked unbelievable, but that spine was so fragile. And that's what's going on here. With the front of the book looks great, but if you were here, you can see the spine looks very, very fragile. There might be some splitting going on there. That's probably why.
Those are some of my favorite books for encapsulation, especially is partially split spines and stuff like that, where it really isn't going to show off all that well inside the book, but you can get a great looking book for a reasonable price.
So long as CGC doesn't damage it while they're encapsulating it.
Yeah, this is true. I've got one of those.
Yes. Here's another one.
My ASM 5. Thanks.
Oh,
we all
really?
got scar tissue. We all got scar tissue.
That's right. Some of us by the artists themselves, right, Chris?
Yeah. Wow. Too soon, Rob. Too soon. Can you Starenko? Okay, carry on, Kev.
Oh, Starenko even. Wow. Another cover I'm not too crazy about, but again, it's a first appearance. Is the first appearance of Doctor Strange in 110.
Oh, great Scott! Heat. Let's go.
Kind of up there with the first Ant-Man. It's not the most awesome. Again, there's no Doctor Strange on it. That's probably the main reason.
Right.
But I mean, it's still his first appearance. But the one that was always the one of the last biggies, the big one that I really wanted to get, and I finally had, and I haven't worked on this at all, and I might. This could come back. I don't know, maybe not. As I'm looking at it now, maybe not. It's still a white pager. The first Hulk, right? This one here was. This one, again, came from a buddy of mine. He was a dealer, and I traded up for this, though. I traded everything. I didn't put any money towards this, but I gave away a lot of really big books. I gave away it hurt. And actually, when I did the math after, I go, I think I might have. And at the time, this book was kind of soft, and the other books were really heating up. I gave him like a 194 ASM 9.8. I gave him a Nix 398. I gave him a Journey to Mystery 1.583. I gave him an Avengers #1 in a 3.0. I gave him a lot of good stuff for this.
Wow.
But I know.
I think you did okay. You might have done okay though. This book has gotten ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes. For about 7 months after, I was kicking myself because if I would have just sold those books myself, I probably could have got a 3.5. But this one, yeah, it's gone up. It's gone up, and it's the Hulk. That was what that evaded me for a long time. It was one of the last. Now the last one is that first Black Widow. Other than that, that's another biggie that I got. I got off the.
That's a book. What's funny is like I never really was much of. I mean, I was a TV Hulk fan, but never a comic book Hulk fan. And I'm amazed as I've been in here more and more collectors I talk to how many people just love the Incredible Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Now, Chris.
Mm-hmm. Are we going to play Guess That Price?
Just a rough ballpark for you, just because I'm curious what you think. Because this book has blown up just to really illustrate. This was a 2.5.
So Rob. So Kev's edition is a 2.5.
2.5 white pager.
Yeah.
So I know my ASM 1 is a 2.0, and it's now below 10 grand for the first time in a while, and that's a Hulk 1. So I'm gonna like double it. I'm gonna say that's like $16,000
US, yeah, probably around there.
It's right now it's soft a little bit. It's about 13 with last couple sales around 13,000. But this is a book where you cannot get a copy for a graded copy in a short of a 1.5 or lower for less than 5 figures. It's just
the Hulk just has a lot of love.
Yeah,
he just has a lot of love. Let's be honest, boys.
Yeah,
boy, there's
absolutely,
so many Marvel
and rightly so, right? And rightly so.
Yeah,
the Hulk has so many major keys through his run.
Currently, GPA Nucking Futz saying GPA on it's 13K as well. Yeah, so there you go. I'm just, by the way, for folks who are wondering, I am just looking at Go Collect or not Go Collect cover price, just because that's what's tied into my stuff. It's what I typically use. It's not 100% great. It's not the best. It's not an endorsement of anything. It just is what it is, just for people who are curious.
I'm glad people like Marvel stuff.
Yeah. Marvel is a very popular in this neck of the woods, although we do have some folks that are staunch DC supporters, and there's nothing wrong with that. Whoa, gee, you just pull them up 2 at a time.
Ken, we can't handle that, man. You got
what the actual?
Yeah, this is the best ever.
You got to take it easy with this, man. It's not prom night. You just can't give her. Okay, you got to take her.
Give her all.
You got to spit on it at least. Jeez,
come on, man.
Like, two girl, right?
Like, did Mike Tyson not teach us anything last night? We got to take it easy here.
Marvel, never heard of them.
Okay, let's start with the mutants. Let's start with the mutants there.
This one came out of Montreal, and this is the first. You know what? The guy had it listed on Marketplace, and I just gave him what he was asking. And this is before the boom. So I think it's probably worth a little more than I paid. What's this one worth right now? Actually, I'm curious. There was during the boom, this 4.5 hit. Oh my God. I think it hit like 20 or 30. It was stupid. And I had no idea it got to that price. I would have sold it in a heartbeat. I had no idea. I was too busy pressing and cleaning comic books. I just ignored my own collection. Right. But anyways, yeah, 4.5, not bad. Presents really nice.
Hawk Tua first.
Yeah. That maybe be nice.
In a 4.5, it's oddly enough, you could not straight it. You would not be able to get that Hulk in a straight up trade. The 4.5 is running around with $10,000 US. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, more than double what I paid for it. So it's still, that's good. As long as you buy low, it's all right.
So Kev, the debate that we have on this channel is which is the more important key to you? Giant size X-Men 1 or X-Men 1? Just to you. What does your gut say? What does your heart say? Which is the more important key?
X-Men number 1.
Okay. Of course, because you can't have the other one without
right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, giant size X-Men. Yeah. I've never been a super fan of this book personally. I like it. I have it. I got it in a trade a long time ago when it was worth not much. So I have it. Yeah. I don't know. People go crazy for this book though, man. People go mental for this book. But yeah, you have the original, man, for sure. And I love that.
I'm not,
You know,
I'm with you. I'm not, for the longest time, I have one just because circumstances
well, that's it.
occurred. I said for long, I don't care. I don't need that book. I'm not an X-Men guy. It just happened to be, I was walking around the floor Heroes Con and I happened to come across a deal that I couldn't walk away from.
Sure.
But ladies and gentlemen, Marcus in the chat. Marcus, of course, just as long as we'll take this opportunity for shameless plugs, Marcus will be joining us next week here as our guest. Circumstances. Marcus joins us as our guest on OnlySlabs next week.
Nice.
Thank you, Marcus, for stopping by and saying hello.
It's going to be a fun one.
I love a perfect segue. I'm sure he'll bring out a few Something's Killing the Children books just to bug you.
Yeah, it's something you're not going to see from me. I don't buy modern books. I mean, very rare.
He meant that towards me, Kev. But yeah, Marcus and I have we've been going back and forth on Something's Killing the Children books for years now. But yeah, so you showed the X-Men one. Now let's take a look at the Avengers.
Circumstances have occurred.
And this one's actually signed by Dick Ayers. And I probably should send it back because I would imagine they ding the book because the signature was there, right? Because they should have got a qualified grade. This is an older slab. So
if they didn't take the signature into account.
Right.
But,
so I should send that back and get it regraded and put in a JSA slab. Maybe I'll get a 4 out of it or 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
So, it's got some pretty good Marvel chipping on there, but it's still, and again, one of my favorite covers right here. I freaking love this cover. I know it's not their first appearance, but I just love this cover.
Individually, as a team.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great.
It's Marvel's Brave and the Bold 28.
Yeah. And
this minus Snapper Car. I mean, you don't get Snapper Car in there.
Loki is Loki. Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, does it need a press. I'm looking at it right now going, I can, there's a lot. This one
there you go.
OnlySlabs can do for you.
You can clean it, press it, and then send it off, get it JSA, and who knows, get it back in a year and a half, and who knows what it'll be.
These come back a little quicker, right? But it's crazy. What else can I show you? I'm almost out of book.
For the love of hell, give it away a final banger. Yeah.
Let's see here.
All solid keys. Does Kev dabble in pre-code horror? Well, he said he didn't do Golden Age much, so I'm assuming no.
Yeah. No, I would, but the buy-in is a little high for me right now. Pre-code is.
You want to get in front of it, ladies and gentlemen. Golden Age Western. That's where you can get your money. You can get in dirt cheap.
Yep.
Even the wartime stuff's starting to heat up a lot, right? Because the GI stuff and the combat
it's been getting popular. Yeah,
they're getting hot again.
I've been living that hell because I'm into the atomic age, the sci-fi stuff, and that's like hell. Because every time you find a cover that you think, man, that's just amazing, so does everybody else, and those are the books that are stupid high. All the rest of them, you can still find some good gems in there periodically, but man, I'll tell you what. The sci-fi atomic age stuff is killing me.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I would jump into it, but again, it's the prices are really high.
GA romance has gotten ridiculous. That's true. I've seen a lot of people doing like it started with I think the Archies heating up, and then from there it's trickulated outwards. Because I saw a lot of. About 2 or 3 years ago, I'd see a lot of heating up on the Archies, and then I started seeing more and more now people talk about like the Millies and all these others that they're bringing out, and some of the GA romance. That's absolutely true. So,
it's the artists too, right? Matt Baker.
Mm-hmm.
So the books are going for crazy
money. I think people they fall in love with a certain artist, and then they discover, okay, what else can I get from that artist? It's like. That was way with me for like Schomburg. I really love some Schomburg stuff. Well, I can't go get a Schomburg Captain America Golden Age book readily, but it's like, okay, Fighting Yank. I could get Fighting Yank pretty cheap, or he did a bunch of true stories covers and stuff and whatnot that you could do. So yeah, you go start Star Trek. Yeah.
Oh, the old gold key Star Treks are going up now too a little bit. They're pretty pricey. Number one, yeah. First series, the photo covers. This is a nice book here, and everyone's actually. I'm looking at your stuff behind you, Rob. A lot of your stuff is like I got pretty much showing off what you already have there. A lot of it, but I mean, I mean, this one here I like this in high grade, a nice 9-0 silver.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
my
nice. Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Going off. This one here I picked up as well, again, already graded because it was a 9. It was before the hype. Again, I didn't go pay crazy money for it, but at one point, I think this was hitting close to 10 grand Canadian at one point. I don't think it is now, but
Wow.
I don't see them often in a 9. I get them in a lot, 6s, 7s, 8s.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
I think it's a combination of the square bound book combined
Right.
with the black covers and stuff that you get. It's just like for me, we talk about the showcase with that first Adam Strange. You just don't, there's no such thing as like a high grade copy that you can find anywhere. It's like all low grade stuff, and that's
Right.
it. It's crazy.
Let's see what other
Right.
anything else they got here. I mean, there's still, you know,
What? We never heard of this. Hold on.
These
What?
these are, everybody has these nowadays. This is like
Not
everybody.
really.
Everybody's
To be
got
honest,
one of these.
Who is everybody, Kevin, with the
I will
Daredevil
honestly
one?
tell you, I have neither of those two books.
Oh, really?
To be honest. Yeah,
I
you
have a
know,
one
again, what Hulk, you know, the Hulk series not a big deal to me. Wolverine, okay, I read Wolverine as a kid, but I'm not an X-Men guy. I do have a 180. I have the first appearance of Wolverine. The first cover appearance hasn't been as big of a deal for me. I've looked a couple times, and I'll pick one up eventually when I find the right price nexus of price value, etc. Daredevil was one that I thought about for so damn long, but then all of a sudden I missed the boat before it blew up finally, and people finally realized how undervalued it was.
It still is.
It
still is.
but it's not at the same time. It's not like a disgustingly undervalued like it used to be.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
It's now more.
It's
It's a
there.
lot closer. It's closer to where it should be. You know. So,
Um,
but great book 5.0 Daredevil, first Daredevil. Of course, probably going to get some heat again now with the new show coming back out again.
again, this one here. I mean, for Silver Age Marvel, I think I must have pressed about 100 of these this year already. Like that's why I say that. I jokingly say everybody has these. I've seen this a lot at the shop this last year, and this I see at the shop like weekly. Like there's so many of these. Again, guys, I'm not trying to be facetious. Oh, everybody has. I know they're very valuable books. They're expensive still, but a lot of collectors do seem to have these nowadays.
Yeah.
So that's why I said that. But
Kev,
They're
let's talk
super-
about
yeah.
let's talk about that 181 for a moment.
Yeah.
Now, you and I have had many conversations over the years, including about 181. I'm sure you don't remember, but the one time that you and I got into deep conversation about this, you said, "Chris, I can do one of these books or two of these books every week of the year, but one every 8 or 9 copies has the coupon cut out." Are you still finding that?
yeah, they still do. Yeah, it's very
Okay.
common. It's a very common problem. I've even heard, now it's never happened to me or any of my clients, but I've even heard people, crack them out of a slab only to find it's missing, and they didn't catch it. Yeah, I've heard these horror and again, this never happened, but I've heard it. It's like my neighbor's cousin's friend. It happened to them where it was in a slab and they didn't catch it. My God, I can't imagine.
Now you just
that would be.
I
my
mean,
God.
it's
Yeah.
it's now accurate, but unfortunately, you bought it based on the fact that it was complete, and
100%.
it's
Yeah.
not. That's the thing that sucks. Those are. I think you do see. Yeah, you definitely see a lot of those.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wolverine's super popular character. A lot of people love that book. Definitely, Daredevil got a lot of heat up thanks to the Netflix show, which was really well done. And of course, the hype on that. And I think a lot of people, when people were looking at stuff with the increased eyeballs and collecting these older books, people did realize that just Daredevil was stupid underpriced for so darn long. So you finally started to see it get in that range of, $1,000 a grade or 100.
Yeah, and well, and there's still books
That's right.
out there that you could
First is first, 100%.
Well, that's it. Yeah, back to the X-Men one, that's for sure. What other ones can I show you? I always like this one too. This is kind of a nice one. This is a Jack Kirby, and I bought this from a local guy too. Nice. You don't see this too often.
Yeah.
It's a cool book.
Wow.
It's a nice grade 6.5.
Very
Number
nice.
one. Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. First appearance of Sergeant Fury. That's cool. Then of course, when I say everybody has, a very common one you see a lot is,
right now, especially, a lot of
Yeah.
there's been a lot of
I
that
don't have one.
that mid run right around that 48, 49, 50, and then you get that is always
Black
a
Panther.
popular trifecta. Then we get Black Panther. There's a lot of
Mhm.
good books in there. People, again, another round that for so long undervalued for a long time. People are finding those Fantastic Fours that in that first 100 issues, that there's a lot of good books in that first 100 issues.
And I have some DC. I got that bug. Like, oh well, I got all the Marvel first appearances. Maybe I should go and try. So I thought, maybe I will. And I started.
Oh, nice.
I started, guys. I'm not. Like DC's cool too. I love DC, right? But yeah, and I had a Brave and the Bold 28, and I sold it. And once I did that, I kind of said, well, I think I'm not going to pursue
This
it.
is a great book. So Aquaman, of course, one to everybody. Everybody gives Aquaman the grief for whatever. I think ever since the 70s Justice League cartoon and had him doing a little hypno rings to fishes and stuff, kind of made everyone kind of go like, oh, really? But
Aquaman's had some gorgeous covers thanks to Nick Cardy.
Well, his early run has so many great covers.
Oh,
and the reality is this book is probably one of those books that first appearances with a major character that's not, I don't recall it being all that ridiculous. Definitely a achievable book.
Yeah. I've got one of those old Aquaman books you're talking. I mean, look at these covers, man.
This is the one.
This is the one.
Like, come on. You're right. Like,
this is the greatest Aquaman cover ever done in, I believe, both of our
we both believe so. This is, of course, second appearance of Black Manta.
Yes.
This is beautiful. This is so inspired by those sci-fi B-movie posters of that time. You could see this outside of the Cinemaplex, like, come see Aquaman, this is my foe type thing, right? Just amazing. First time we had this book on this show, I had to rush out and go pick up a copy.
Yeah, no,
it was.
And I got my copy this past summer at Heroes Con. Just kind of stumbled into it.
You never saw this? You've never seen this one before, Joffrey? Oh, that's just great. Who's the cover artist on this one again?
Nick Cardy.
Nick Cardy.
Nick Cardy. Yeah,
Nick Cardy. Aparo on the inside. I think Aparo did a lot of covers too, didn't he?
Yeah, it was Nick Cardy did a short run on the Aquaman covers, but yeah, Aparo did handle a lot. But the Nick Cardy run, I believe, was like maybe 5-6 issues. But that one there is hands down changed the trade dress, made it a part of the artwork, made it cinematic. It is just gorgeous.
Look, everybody's loving. When did this one come out? They're like
66,
68.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
and
phenomenal.
Rob's absolutely right. Like I think I was at 4 different cons trying to track this book down, and this past summer I just kind of stumbled across it on a wall, and I end up getting probably a low grade version. Like I'll be honest, Kev, I'll probably end up giving you my copy to work on, and it was just, I think it was like $40 US. I got my copy, and it was like it's probably a 3.5 at best, but still, when you appreciate gorgeous artwork, what's the value? It doesn't matter, right? That's just a gorgeous piece of work.
And there's a lot of other covers from this run that are just spectacular, right?
Yeah.
And even Superman around this time has some amazing covers too. I've got one of my clients, Peter, out here in Oshawa. He's a big DC guy. He brings all these awesome Superman covers. Gorgeous, similar coloring and energy. It's, again, cinematic, a great word to use when it comes to this sort of thing. Just beautiful. So yeah, no, I don't. I think the reason I stayed away from DC is just it's almost like I can't attain them.
Oh yeah, it is because those characters are older, right. And we're gonna wrap it up here. Those characters are so much older that their true first appearances are very difficult to come by, and they're very, very expensive. So that's why you get a lot of people going for Silver Age appearances and type stuff like that, and everything else. But that Silver Age Aquaman stuff, absolutely, I think so. You guys look through those, see some of those covers, and I think you're gonna, Aquaman doesn't get the love. They're super undervalued. Great books to pick up if you can pick them up. as a nice run of raw books in mid grade that present well, I think that it's definitely something that if you're a comic book artist, appreciate comic book art. I think that's something that's out there that you may get yourself in there. Mark, of course, with his DC is the best because he's a DC Mark, but that's okay. We love him anyways.
But it's even like some of those the new Jack the Kirby, the New Gods, and all that. Some great covers there too, right? Like, and you can get those for a song, really. Even if you get pick up a 7 or an 8, like raw, like a very fine. You can get those really, really, really for a great price. So definitely, if you're into the art,
absolutely,
art, that's where to go.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, guys, we're going to go wrap it up here. Kevin, thank you so much for coming on. We do have some giveaways to do as we get ready to go here. So let's throw up our end of the day hashtag. We will do OnlySlabs. Hashtag OnlySlabs, guys. Get that in there. We're going to do another set of pulls from the box. Of course, also, like we said, we had next week joining us. We got Marcus Circumstances being on the show. Then we're going to take a break. No show on November the 30th. That's Thanksgiving here in America that weekend. And I'm going to San Francisco Fan Expo. Oh, nice. We do our Fan Expo for some reason over Thanksgiving weekend, but my youngest is going to go with me actually, so I get to do a little father and kiddo time at a convention, which will be great. And I've already lined up my first commission ahead of time there. I got artist James Dean Pascoe, who of course did a page for us in our Comics Curing Cancer art book. He also did those guys who remember some of my past commissions, my Adam Strange wraparound cover that is just absolutely mind-numbing. Well, we've talked, and he's going to be hooking me up with a beautiful Flash Gordon. I've sent him some various artwork to be inspired by, and so I'm excited. Cannot wait to get myself a nice Flash Gordon cover from James. He does some phenomenal. He loves the old sci-fi stuff, so. There's nothing greater than getting a comic book artist who has a passion for the stuff that you want drawn to be drawn. All right. We have 44 out of 58. Again, we do ship internationally, so give you guys just a few moments longer here to get that hashtag in before we pull it and see who gets this next round of books. And then Kevin's got a giveaway. We'll do a second pull from the same hashtag. Sure. He's got a giveaway for you guys as well. Don't get too excited. It is not one of the slabs that you've seen today. So
damn it.
Just to be clear. All right, I'm going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round and round, and where she goes, where she stops, well, only the internet knows. Our winner of this second set of pools is, boom, Charmaine Deacon. Oh. We're going to the UK.
Watch your back, Rob.
Charmaine, I think you just won the other week too. All right, let's see, Chris. What are we doing?
All right. Like I said, I think Kevin and I met each other in 2016. So let's go the first book in the front and 6 from the rear.
2, 3.
And since I spent thousands of dollars with Kevin, let's count 1,000 from. No, I meant the back. Let's let it ride. Stop in those 2 books. And stop in those 2 books. And Rob, number 3 from the front.
All right, I'll put this aside and let's real quick here. Let's throw this up. Kevin throwing up. Thank you for the F Cancer. We super appreciate you there. So this one is for you, sir.
That's the first time I ever asked for anything I really wanted.
There we go. Phenomenal. All right. So, Chris, here we go. Are you ready?
Let's
I'm
do
not even sure. I'm not really even sure what the best order is to put these in here. There's a lot of good books. We got here. How about some Del Auto? You know, like a Venom.
Oh my
issue
goodness,
7.
that is great work. Great
Wow.
work.
I know you guys like David Nakayama.
That's awesome too.
Oh, yeah.
This is just, we got some modern books in this one, but we got some great artists. Some Art Germ. Her mask is up here, by the way.
She's wearing a mask. Okay, that'll be a book for Wayne.
That's right. Dark Claw, #1 from the Amalgam.
Okay. Yep. Yes. Nice take on Wolverine.
Absolute Wonder Woman, #1.
Oh, there you
in
go.
that foil Jim Lee variant.
That sword has to be at least 1.5 meters.
I was about to say 1.8, but you're good.
All right. That's close to like 6 feet then.
I don't know metric. You know me. I'm American, and I'm not a drug dealer.
Okay.
Let's see. I will go. Let's go with this one.
TV?
Spider-Verse, The Amazing Spider-Man #1, second Spider-Gwen, and first Web Slingers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a nice spider key.
And then last book here in the pool, Miles Morales, Spider-Man #2, the first Rabble in cameo. Of course, you know, Rabble going to be the main arch nemesis for Miles Morales, supposedly, according to Marvel going forward, going to be his version of the Green Goblin. So
first is first.
That's right. First cameo. The character makes a first appearance actually in issue 1. But not in costume. So this is the first cameo in costume. Then we get the first full in 3, and then 4 we find out that Rabble is there. But so there you go. Phenomenal set of books there, Charmaine. Congratulations. That's going to go out there. Look at that. Number 14. That's a beautiful book. We love that. Let me hide this. Did I just do that whole thing small?
No. I just put
you just put that back.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. I was like, oh, wait a second. Did I just do that thing in a small window and nobody said anything?
I got you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. We're gonna put that back up because I was gonna do a redraw again. Oh, look at that! It just started going. There we go. We didn't even tell you anybody what they're getting, so I'm gonna hide that because I'm gonna do another one. I'll spin it actually once we say what we're doing here.
Sure.
So, Kevin, what do you got here for the folks?
If they want $100 gift credit towards pressing and cleaning with me at the Comic Doctor office. So if you have some books you want to get done and you want to try us out, $100 towards your order.
Oh crap! I accidentally just cleared it. Let me see if
Well,
it'll.
you should still be able to collect all the #OnlySlabs, right?
It only pulled some of them. So, you guys, if you're interested in $100 credit from the Comic Doctor pressing and cleaning, go ahead and hit OnlySlabs again. There, I apologize. For some reason, I was an idiot.
Well, I know.
Oh, and while people are doing that, Jay Knows the Way coming in, dropping in another $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Happy Sats, all. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'll go ahead and clear that. And while people are entering that, we'll get you this one here.
Bet she gives great helmet. Kiss me.
Lord helmet, what? You need it on the bridge, sir. Knock on my door. Knock next time.
All right, I'm going to give you guys 10, 9,
Not quite that bad.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's a delay. I'm accounting for delay. I'm still accounting for delay. Because there's a delay, I have to account for delay. Now the delay time is gone because really there's no delay between it and Tool, I think. Yeah, here we go. Who's going to win the $100 in comic book pressing from the Comic Doctor? Our winner is going to be, boom, Les Crucius, 1971.
Nice.
Congratulations,
1971.
Les
That is a
Crucius.
fantastic year.
He's a good guy.
So, Les Crucius, make sure you take a look at the Instagram link down below. Reach on out to the Comic Doctor there for any information about sending your books to him for cleaning and pressing, and he'll get you squared away on that. So thank you so much for that. Appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you coming on the show and bringing a handful of books that are of importance.
Lots of fun. Now I'm like
a little bit.
You see, it stinks because I have so many cool covers that are not graded, but the law is graded slab book, so I had to.
It is the kind of goes with the name of the show, OnlySlabs. Yeah,
OnlySlabs. So there it is. But thank you so much, guys. A lot of fun.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and rushing from closing the shop to get here. I'm sure you're ready to go use the bathroom and say hello to your family.
I forgot them.
Oh yeah, family. Yeah, they exist. Whatever. All right, guys. As always, until next time, make sure you guys collect what you want. Don't listen to any of us, especially me. I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.